2023 is the year of the home buyer. You guys make it back. Everything is nice, just like Disneyland. But there's a little issue. Realtor.com said that 2023 was going to be the year of the home buyer. But then they said, hold on here. With the Fed increasing the rates 6 times in 2022, 6 times. Oh my gosh, 6 times. Even though the federal funds rate is not related to mortgage rates, it does affect it. As you can see, we went from the 3s all the way up to the 7s, and now we're at 6.5% interest rates. So I want to talk about, is 2023 the year of the home buyer? Especially here in Phoenix, Arizona, because across the nation, real estate is slowed down. My business, to be honest and truthful, has slowed down. We're still selling real estate, but not as fast and not as accelerated as we were a couple years ago. But I want to show you some stuff here. And I want to talk about that. Should you wait? Should you buy? Is 2023 the year of the home buyer? Well, let's dig into some stuff. Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Victor Huerta, local real estate agent and investor locally here in Phoenix, Arizona. So we need your help and your assistance here. If you could do us a big favor, click that subscribe button and that like to get notified once I drop the latest video, because we need some help pushing this out to people just like you who are looking to buy, sell, or invest here in real estate here in Phoenix, Arizona, and to make the right decision here locally. So with that being said, let's get right back to the information that I'm going to provide here. If 2023 is going to be the year of the home buyer. But before we get into that information, I want to show you that interest rates have risen 6 times here in 2022. 6 times the Fed have increased these rates. They have went as low as 2 3/4 to 3.5%. all the way up to 7%, and that's where we're sitting. We're sitting right when I shoot this video around 6.63% for FHA, and 15-year fix is about 5.9%. What am I telling you? Let me just show you where I get this data. This is a great website, mortgagenewsdaily.com. Again, mortgagenewsdaily.com. I am not affiliated with that website, but this is where I get my data as a real estate agent and investor. And the great thing about it is they got a mobile app. They have a mobile app. So you want to you're shopping for a house, bring it up. You be like, what's my payment going to be? Oh, there it is. And then you just do your payment calculation, because that is tied to what interest rates are that day. Instead of calling your lender, go on the voicemail, or having to text or email and wait for 3 hours to respond, you got the mobile app right there on your cell phone. But if you work with my team, we respond very, very quickly. But anyways, let's go take a look at this website. So here we are with Mortgage News Daily. They actually have a nice little blog as well. They give you a lot of information just so you can go over there and look. So if you go to Mortgage News Daily right here, you'll click that real quick. Go to mortgage rates. Today's mortgage rates, and it brings up this lovely little chart right here, and you can actually use this chart to see where the interest rates are at. And as you can see, as of today, we are sitting roughly around 6.63%, and it gives you everything that's what's going on with mortgage rates. Now, if you want to know what's going on since the past, etc., you can actually do that as well. Is you can do a 30-year fix right here. As you can see, that's the 30-year fix mortgage rate. And if you want to take it down all the way to, you want to change the year to 2019 in January. Let's go first. Boom. There is the chart of where interest rates, if you didn't believe me, look at this. Rates were at 2.92% back in 2021. That is February. And ever since the Fed got involved, the rates have increased. This is why I love this chart, because it gives you very accurate data when you're shopping for a house and you want to know what interest rates are and what your payment is. So they have a mobile app. Go check that out. So is 2023 going to be the year of home buyer? Well, let's go see what Realtor.com has to say about this. Then I'll kind of spin off what's happening locally here in Phoenix, Arizona, and give you my thought process for being in the business since 2008. So Realtor.com came and put out an article that 2023 might be the year of the home buyer, but now they are saying something else. Let me actually just present this to you so you can read it. Is the bottom line right here. Right here. I want to read this right here for you. Home buyers and renters hoping for some financial relief in 2023 will likely be disappointed, but they won't get whiplash either. The dramatic swings and wild of the housing market are expected to taper off as the real estate ecosystem continues to slow. Now, they are actually saying that home prices and rental prices are going to keep climbing next year. But there's a little problem with that as well. As the Fed has increased these rates and home prices continue to rise, it is making housing very unaffordable for people. Okay? People who are looking to purchase a house are getting priced out, especially here in Phoenix, Arizona, because the income of salary, what they're making at work or their job or their business, they are not able to afford a house with these high interest rates. So something's going to have to give. Okay. I think I've said this in my previous videos is I think the Fed is late to the party to try to decrease this inflation that's going on. And Arizona was ranked number 1 as far as inflation percentage. I think we're ranked number 2 or number 3 now, but we are in the top 5 as far as inflation. So Realtor.com is saying home prices are going to continue to increase and rental prices are still going to increase. This is not good for you home buyers in 2023. And if you're trying to sell your house in 2023, you might want to just stick around. So let me take you back to the article with Realtor.com right here. And it's right here. It says, it's going to be a tough year for home buyers, home sellers, and the overall housing market. Okay. Says Realtor.com chief economist Daniel Hale. But we're going to take some steps toward a better balance between buyers and sellers. Now, what I am seeing here in Phoenix, Arizona is the sellers don't have the leverage anymore. Almost every city in Phoenix, Arizona is a buyer's market or a balanced market, meaning that the seller nor the buyer has the upper hand when negotiating on your real estate contract. So it's very, very important to work with an agent, a full-time agent, okay? Not a part-timer, a full-time agent that knows what's going on with the real estate market to negotiate the best contract for you and your family. Now, we are negotiating a lot of great terms, not only price, but terms on these contracts. We're talking about price. We used to have to waive home inspection, appraisals, just waiving everything in the contract because you just wanted a house. Well, now we get to bring all that back to you as a home buyer. The inspection, okay. We get to closing costs. We actually getting money to help you buy down your rate. We're getting all appliances. We're doing all of this in these contracts and be able to negotiate a really, really great contract for you, but you're going to have to buy for long term. Okay, this is going to be a long-term purchase. You're not going to be able to buy and then sell like your friend down the street or like your brother-in-law and make $150,000 to $250,000 in 2 years. It's just not going to happen. We're going in the opposite direction. So you also have to negotiate the price and forecast to see where the bottom might be in that city, in that subdivision, in that zip code, and negotiate that price of the contract. Not at list price, but kind of forecast where you see the bottom at. So it's going to be difficult. Sellers are thinking that they're going to be able to sell their house for X when really it's going to be worth Y, because we have been overinflated here in Phoenix, Arizona, and sellers, you're just going to have to be patient. If you think you're going to put your house up for sale and sell it in a couple days like in the past, that is just not the case, my friends. And you're also going to have to be realistic up here on what your house is really worth. And you're going to have to put some effort into selling your house. I mean, it's going to have to look good. It's going to have to maybe need some new paint, maybe some new carpet. You're going to have to put some work into that house to get it sold, because if not, it's going to be sitting on the market. Just like all these houses that I've been looking for right now, they're over 90 plus days on the market. So we're going to be seeing homes available for more than 6 months, meaning that buyers are going to have more options to purchase houses here, especially here in Phoenix, Arizona. Now, if you're a home buyer and you're thinking like, maybe I should wait till 2023, you probably should. Just enjoy the holidays, relax, and see what happens with the next federal meeting and see what they're going to do with the interest rates. But Realtor.com did say, and I'm seeing this here in Arizona, is if you're looking for a house, you're going to have plenty of options. But let's go back to the article and read this real quick. Is the silver lining for buyers long frustrated by the number of choices out there from them in the past? If you noticed, in the past, we didn't have that many listings for sale, so you had to act fast. But now you got some time to think it over. You got a lot of houses that you can go look at, right? You're going to have more inventory of properties and is expected to spike by 22.8%. Okay, this is not only resale homes, but this is also new construction as well. Okay, now the surge is not going to cause a real estate crash. Okay, but a lot of sellers are not going to put their house on the market, especially if they're sitting in the 2 to 3% interest rates, or even 3.5–4%, because in order for them to sell that house to come back in the market and be in the 6s or 7s, financially it doesn't make sense. So they're probably just going to sit in their house and wait it out, unless they truly need to sell, meaning that they need to upgrade, they need to downgrade, or they're leaving the state, etc. But I'm looking at houses out here in Phoenix, Arizona, and anything below about 350, there's not that many great options. Okay, so if you're looking for a really nice home, great location, square footage, you're gonna be roughly around the 500 to 650 price range. That's 500,000 to 650,000. And then we're gonna get into the luxury market where there's a lot more homes for sale. But if you're a first-time home buyer, it's gonna be tough. Okay, you can't have the champagne taste on a beer budget, because it's not going to work. Okay, those years have long and gone, and you're not going to be able to find a really great house. Okay, and I'm talking over 1,500 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, etc., that looks perfectly nice the way you want it. You're just going to have to buy something, remodel it, fix it up, stay in it for a little bit, or you're just going to have to wait, save some more money for maybe a 10, 15, or 20% down payment, or increase your income somehow. I hate to say it, but that's just the facts. Okay, anything under 350 right now, it's tough to find here in Phoenix, Arizona, because home prices are so high, and now that rates are high, those houses are not on the market, because people who purchase those homes are staying in those homes. They're like, I ain't selling. I don't have to sell. I'm going to sit here, just ride this out, and until I really need to sell, then I will. So just be mindful of that if you're coming in shopping for a house, if you're a first-time home buyer. But I'm telling you, the sweet spot right now is around 450 to 650 as far as homes for sale in the valley, and some really nice homes. Doesn't mean you have to pay that price. This all can be negotiated, but that's the sweet spot that I'm seeing right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so one of the charts I love to see is the monthly median sales price. And I pay some money here, and I want to give it to you for free. And this is why I am saying that this market is not going to crash here in Phoenix, Arizona. I mean, because where exactly are you going to put your money? I mean, if you look at the stock market, it's been down for years, and it continues to go down. And I think a lot of investors can't even break even there. What are you going to do? Put it in Bitcoin? Okay, look at what happened to the FTX market. All that money, okay, billions of dollars of loss, because people wanted to get rich quick or wanted some other type of investment. But I'm a firm believer that real estate always makes it back, and I'm going to show you and prove it to you why I believe this. so much. So this is the monthly median sales price here in Phoenix, Arizona. Okay, I don't know about your city, I don't know about across the nation, but I am very focused on the city. Look at this price range. If you were able to buy a house in 2004 for about $163,000, okay, then we took off in 2005. This is before the market crash, and then when the market crashed, at the very bottom, you could have purchased a house at $156,000. Okay, now ever since then, this price has been trending upward and upward and upward and upward and upward and upward till its peak. Okay, the peak of May of 2022, and that's exactly when the Fed started changing their rates and people couldn't afford homes and more inventory, and a lot of prices had to be cut for people to afford some housing. But here we are at the bottom right here, November of 2022 at 450,000. Okay, now this is single family homes, Maricopa County and Pinal. We're doing all square footage. Okay, and you can see the dates here that I did from 2004 all the way to 2022, all zip codes, all cities. Now, I really love this chart because this is telling me that this was the peak, this is the bottom. It is very important when you're working with a real estate agent that they show you this data when you're thinking about buying a house. It's either investment, Airbnb, even in the luxury market. You want to see where the bottom is going to be at and try to predict what's going on. There's another chart that I use that helps me do this. This is why we're able to write these contracts, negotiate these contracts. I send this charts to the selling agent and I say, hey, you got to show your seller these charts because we haven't hit the bottom yet. I'm calling maybe, I called a 20% price adjustment here, and it looks like we are getting close to that. Let me see here. At the very peak was 515. We are now at 450. But so you really got to look at this chart and really see where prices are headed. And you could do this just by a zip code, which is very important. So you can see what's going on. You have to think about what the inventory looks like. Okay, what homes are selling for in the area. You really got to dig deep in the tax records to see when they purchased the house, what their loan is, what their equity is, to see what kind of room and spread there is right there, especially when they're selling. So with that being said, these charts are awesome. And if your agent is not presenting you with these charts and you're an investor, then you've probably hired the wrong agent. So just make sure you do hire a full-time agent. If you could do us a favor and push this out, hit that subscribe button and the like, because we're just giving you some market updates, home buyer tips, home seller tips. If you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing in some real estate, you really got to be mindful of what you're doing, especially in this market, and make sure you hire a full-time agent. My information is below. See you on the next video, my friends. Don't forget to hit the fist button. The fist right there. See that right there? Right there? Subscribe. Come on. Help me out. Subscribe.